You ought to win, but that's really not the case, is it, Tim?
No, Army, it's not. A lot of times it really makes it easier if you have a good power track. A lot of times, if the track's not as good or the type of soil that you're on in different parts of the country is a little bit looser or softer than a tractor with 7 engines, the front end of the tractor is much heavier, and it really takes a lot different skill or the actual adjustments and gear ratio combination with the tractor. It's harder to make a high-powered tractor hook to the track than it does a tractor that has quite a bit less horsepower, because basically you can drive the lesser horsepower tractor the same pretty well in every track condition. And what we try to do is basically do what you call drive by the seat of your pants. We actually work the throttle on and off, coming off the line. Sometimes we're working brakes, actually trying to load the motors a little bit harder. Actually, it's just a matter of the driver feeling the tractor right through the chassis, right through the seat. You can actually tell when those tires hook to the track and whenever you've got a good run going. And the first 50 to 75 feet in any pull is the most critical. So that's when you really have to make the right moves and hope you've made the right adjustments on your weights and your gear ratio.
You know, thus far in the competition, we have seen mostly veterans making the great pulls. Here's a relatively new kid on the block, Dave Walsh, the Irish challenger out of Mouston, Wisconsin. I say relatively new, Army. He's only been pulling for some 5 years.
Well, yeah, he's been pulling for 5 years. You notice his brother's working with him feverishly. His brother competes in another category for the Red Man points, but I'm watching something here. He's new on the block, but he lines up in exactly the same track that Engler did.
New, but not a fool.
Yeah, he's smart enough to watch Engler to see what's going to happen. Now, he relies on the Arias engine for the horsepower, about $35,000 a pop on it, looks around. Engler maybe built a road for him. We're going to find out right now. Irish challenger going after Mission Impossible. Once again, the front end comes up, looks like an ideal run, Richard.
He is rocking and rolling the hills of Fishersville with a back-to-back full pull. Dave Walsh and the Irish challenger joins Tim Engler with full pulls at the Augusta Expoland as we go trackside.
Well, it definitely looks like it's going to be a horsepower night tonight. Engler zooms it out. You come back and nail it out the other end of the gate. What's in store for us for the rest of the night? And the class is not even over yet.
Well, there's a couple more tractors left, but you got to get your speed up in the first 100 feet to get the sled going, because the box is topping out early, and you got to drag the weight out the end.
Army, if you can hear me down there, what's he mean by the box topping off early?
Well, at the 225-foot mark, that's the maximum weight. From there on, it's pure muscle, Richard.
Well, we have got 2 full pulls back-to-back. Can we have some more? When we return, we've got your defending national champion, Pat Friels, heading to the sled. We'll find out on Power Tracks.
Power Tracks and the Red Man TNT All-American Pulling Series is brought to you by TNT Motorsports, the nation's leader in pulling and monster truck racing.
Welcome back to Fishersville, Virginia, the Red Man TNT All-American Pulling Series. I'm Richard Leek, along with Army Armstrong, and back-to-back full pulls. Army, can we make it 3 for 3? The defending national champion, Pat Friels, the Dollar Devil out of Island, Kentucky, is hooked and ready to go.
You can bet this young man out of the Bluegrass State knows where the 2 guys in front of him ran, and he's going to line up at exactly the same spot. Again, relying on the cast iron block engine. I'm anxious to see if he's going to be able to make the horsepower. The weight looks good, but the ground speed is not there for Friels. Now he goes a different way, and that's going to cost him. He went to the right instead of the left, Richard. That cost him bad.
A disappointing distance for Pat Friels, 262.85. He's going to be lucky to make it into the top 10 with that difference. So kind of a disappointing 1989 thus far continues for Pat Friels, Army.
Yeah, but, you know, he's still trying to work on it, trying to get it figured out. For some reason in this sport, very few people have back-to-back good years.
Coming out next is going to be Mike Piper, and kind of an unusual name for his tractor. It's called Just Add Dirt. Mike is out of Mount Vernon, Illinois. Once again, he's going to need a full pull.
Well, let's look at the scenario right here. Engler's out of here. And by the way, this is an Engler chassis. Engler's out of here with the Chevrolet combination. Piper comes out with an Engler chassis The same as Tim, the only difference is the type of engine. These are Arias Racing's engines, and the way the engines are set up. He runs 4 engines, Tim ran 5. His are Arias engine, Engler's were Chevrolets. But look at the location of the engines. The front 2 engines are crank to crank, the back 2 engines are like we call rocket pods, and he's going after his boss right now. He's going after Engler in a big way. Piper's going out of here, Richard. 3 out tonight in Fishersville.
So 3 out of our last 4 pullers have taken it the distance of the track. Now it's Mike Piper joining the other 2 in a pull-off.
Hey, what are you going to try different next time you come out?
I run too big a gear then. I just barely had enough horses to get it out. And tried something a little different, and I thought the track would take a lot of wheel speed, and there's more bite actually there than I thought for, and it got me right here at the end pretty good.
Think anybody else can make a full?
Oh, it'll be tough out there, I think, what's left. Banners could possibly get it out, I think, and I'd say that's about it.
Well, let's see if Banner can get it out again. This would be his second opportunity. This is his other tractor. It's called the Fox. Remember, David Banner, the legendary Banner out of LaFontaine, Indiana. And Army, he's been down there once. He knows where to go this time.
Yeah, this is the second tractor. He brought out something in the interview we had a little bit earlier, that being the driver location. Richard, I would not want to set that close to an engine. Even with the safety shield, if he were to explode an engine, he would be in some trouble right there.
Lost the blower belt.
Yeah, lost the blower belt on the engine right in front of his right foot, about 6 inches away from his right foot. That engine went completely dead and would cost him a whole lot of distance.
Now 288.61 for David Banner. That's going to be good enough for the top 5, though, as we get ready for our final regular competition puller. This is Fred Freeman, the mean mistreater. He's out of Wadesville, Indiana, and he's another one of those veterans on the circuit.
Mike Piper made a run a moment ago in a tractor very similar, same frame and everything. The only difference being the type of horsepower. Freeman relies on Chevrolet. Piper used the Arias engine. The engines are set up exactly the same. Let's see what's going to work better. It looks like it's going to be the horsepower of the Arias that works tonight. 273 is what we get.
273.90. That's going to put him in the top 10, but it's not going to get him into the pull-off. And that is straight ahead as our first puller to come out for the pull-off. It's Tim Engler and Mission Impossible. Now, Army, in a pull-off, do these guys really change that much on their tractors?
One thing they might change would be the weight, but something that Engler mentioned earlier, that was a